Greetings, my awesome family. How you doing? My name is Dayle, the host of the Awesome Music Show, and on a Friday, we go live with a show called the Awesome Music Spotlight. And this week, we are going back to Trinidad one more time, and you'll be seeing several ministers coming through from wonderful Trinidad and Tobago, and we are really happy to have them on the show. So it's a blessing to have them, and we are excited. We are excited. So as usual, it's another awesome day given to us by an awesome God to do some awesome things, and we are delighted to do some awesome things. One more time, wherever you're joining from today, wherever you're going to be seeing this show from, we thank you so much for joining. All we ask that you do is to click that link to subscribe to our channel and also to share the link with your family and your friends. Share your comments in the chat. We welcome the comments in the chat, and we just hope that this show will be a blessing to you just as it has been to so many others. So for all those who are joining, let me check the chat right away to see. All right, Sister Michelle, thank you so much. Thank you so much. This show is made possible because of you and your connection, and also for sharing your wonderful ministry with you. So blessings to you as well, sis. And we thank you so much. All right. So as we go into the show, I want to share this wonderful video with you. And this video is going to be a blessing to you, just as it has been blessing so many others online. So we want you to be blessed by this video as well. I want to thank all the wonderful women who were on the show last night. Prophetic Ethic live radio interview, the Middle East edition. We had a wonderful time, and history has been made on the show last night. First live show with a full panel of females, all of seven last night, and that was such an awesome time. And we look forward to further collaboration with those women and others from the prophetic ethic movement. And we are really grateful for those who have been supporting the Awesome Music Show. We thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much, sis, for joining. My sister Latisha, thank you so much for joining. For all those who have been supporting the Awesome Music Show almost 2 years, just December. Which is around the corner. It's going to be 2 years since we have been doing this show, and it is a pleasure serving you. It's a pleasure going live. It's a pleasure just doing ministry with you all the time. So as we go into this wonderful broadcast, thank you so much. I want to say, I want to say greetings to the Sorise music family in Antigua and Barbuda, gearing up for the ABGM Awards 2022. And most of you would already know that the Awesome Music Show has been nominated in the category of online radio show of the year. So we look forward to that wonderful awards in November, and we'll be sharing some details. I'm going to be having a pre-show the last week of October, so I want you all to join me for that show. We'll be interviewing some of the artists who have been nominated in that show. So as we go into the show today, let me just share this wonderful video with you guys, and I hope this will be a blessing to you all. So here we go. Here we go.
You know, my Abba Father, you call me to your purpose. Though at times I may feel worthless, forgiveness from my purchase. All the trials I've been through, all my guilt and all of my shame. There are things that I thought I needed, and I know. You never had. You always guide and protect me, forsake me. Yeah, Father, you never ever felt me. Never ever felt me yet. I am made
Bless you, bro.
fearfully. I am made wonderfully. The plans you have for me, my mind has not even conceived. Wherever I go, Lord, you will be around me. You will be singing. Yeah, about that I worship you. Comes like a flood. When I feel and feel all the verses in my life not rhyming. I know, Father, you never ever fail me. You would guide and protect me. Others forsake me. Yeah, Father, you never ever fail me. Never ever fail me. Same yes, forever. You are the same yesterday. You are the same yesterday. You are the same yesterday, today, and forever. You are the same, yes you are. You are the same. Oh, never feel me. You said like never. You are a Father, you never fail me. Never fail me. Father, you never fail me. Father, you never ever fail me. You turned a simple melody into a full rhapsody that will forever and on and on and on. You turned a simple melody into a beautiful rhapsody that will forever play on and on and on and on.
Never fail. Awesome, awesome music coming through from our very, very awesome sister, uh, and she'll be sharing on the show. What an awesome message to start the show with. Never ever fail. The God that we serve has never ever failed. We have friends who have failed, we have companies who have failed, we have systems that have failed, but the God that we serve has never ever failed. Let me big up Marlon Samuel. Thank you so much for joining, bro. Dorian Charles, Sam, Shavana Chambers, Michelle Augustine, my sisters, all those who are on the show so far. Thank you so much for joining, and we are delighted to have you, and we're looking forward to a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful show. All right, so as we get into it, I want to introduce our next awesome guest in the awesome spotlight, and it's really, really a pleasure to have her on today. She is she's a gospel recording artist, singer and songwriter, a music minister, and a worship leader. I speak of no other person than my wonderful guest, Thandiwe Muller-Mends. I'm having a tongue twister just now, but you understand. Thank you so much, sis, for joining us on the awesome music show, the awesome spotlight, all the way from Trinidad. Thank you so much for being.
Hey,
the show today. How are you doing?
Hello, hello. I'm doing great. I am so thankful to be a part of the awesome music spotlight with you, DLT. I'm just really
Yes,
thankful to be here. And blessings to everyone that's logged on, listening. Love you guys.
definitely. The chat is lighting up already. Uh,
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining. I'm seeing Rachel Exteen. Thank you so much for joining as
Oh,
well.
yeah, that's my
We're
fellow gospel minister.
awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so
Yeah,
much. Welcome, welcome. So it's really awesome to have you on the show. And I was just listening to your song just now, and it's so awesome to have a song that can encourage persons because so many persons are losing hope in this day and age, and it's
yeah,
really good when you can have this kind of song that tells us that the God that we serve has never failed. There's
that's
so much
right.
failure in us, so much failure in the systems around us, but the God that we serve has never ever failed. All
That's
right, so
right.
welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank
All
you
right,
so
so
much.
so it's really good to just listen to your music, and we're going to be going into some stuff. First of all, I want you to tell our viewers a little bit
Mhm.
about who you are and it's a little bit about your background
Yeah.
into how you got started in this
Okay.
wonderful ministry. So go ahead.
No problem. So I really have to say that again, thankful to be on. So I was actually born in Guyana, and I moved to Trinidad when I was about 8 years old. So
Hmm.
really and truly, I have to say that my love of music began, well, in Guyana, but of course, in Trinidad is where I really, really it started to flourish, and I discovered my love of music. I grew up in a very musical family. I actually have a cousin that's a one of the most prolific music producers of the 70s. He was part of a lot of groups like Cool and the Gang and those kind of things. So I grew up understanding that music was always going to be a part of my life.
Okay,
And
great.
yeah, but coming to Trinidad, I started going to Cure Pentecostal with my brother Marlon Samuel. I see he's on. So
Mhm.
Cure Pentecostal is where I joined the kids choirs, youth choirs, you name it, I was in it. Anything that had to do with music. That's how I realized how much I had a love for music. And so I joined a number of groups as well, rap groups, whatever. You just name it, I joined it because wherever God was in it, I wanted to be a part of it.
Mhm.
So I never saw myself as a worship as a gospel artist. It was worship leader, and I was so comfortable in that area. And I
Mhm.
really thought that's where it was for me. But I realized that God had another plan. And God sets you up in such a way. He knows the plan and the purpose. And we pray and ask God, God, we want to follow your plan and purpose. But in our head, we're good with being where we are. God, I could stay in the background. I'm good. I'm good. But God has a different plan. And so
Yes, yes.
during the pandemic, as the question you asked, during the pandemic is where I really started to discover that love of writing, that further love of music. And I
Mhm.
started writing. My first song was called Definition of Love. So I came out with that one first. That was just
Yes.
a birthday gift to myself. That was supposed to be me writing a song to celebrate my birthday, going in studio, and that was my gift to me. Not
Mhm.
knowing where this was gonna go, not understanding that the will of God was different. So I just thank God that He was able to use that song firstly to help me realize that, hey, maybe this is something that God wants for me. And I've learned not to say no. When God calls you to something, He will bring you through it. If He calls you to it, He will bring you through it. That's what I live by. And
Mhm.
so that's how I became a Thandiwe gospel artist now. I still struggle to say that, but I'm just
Mhm.
thankful that God is using me. He's using me, and I want nothing more to be than to be used of God.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
One of the things, and if you notice, even through scriptures. All right,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm having an echo. So once I'm talking, what you could do just mute on your end, and I wish it would be good, and I'll do the same. All right. So I've noticed even through scriptures, a lot of times when God calls us to certain functions, a lot of times we don't see ourselves in the way that He is really calling us to. And if you notice, sometimes Even in scripture, the prophets will even reject the call to say, God, no, it's not me, I'm not the one. But I'm happy that you have allowed yourself to be used by God, and that's the awesome thing about it. So tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind that first song that you mentioned, Definition of Love. Tell us about the inspiration behind that song, the journey of even composing that song.
And that's a great question. So I really love what you said. Sometimes we just want to reject what God has put in our lives. We are good. It's not a comfortable place. It's you want to stay in a comfort zone. But I learned that He's gonna shake you up. He's gonna use you wherever He wants to use you. He's going to use you once you submit to the will of God. So the definition of love really was birthed through an understanding that I was really doing a Bible study on love and understanding how God gave His Son because of the fact that He loved us so much, how God was willing to do so much for us out of love. It blew my mind to understand that He was willing to sacrifice His only begotten Son. For me, that was it. Just really blew my mind. And when I started looking at how much he talks about love, love is mentioned so much in the Bible, and how he commands that we love each other, love your brother. I just realized that, we have when we wonder if we should be looking to friends for love, we should be looking for a husband for love. Yes, those are places to get love. But the ultimate definition of love, God, he defined it for us in the Bible. There's nothing that is too difficult for him. He wants us to submit to him. He's a promise keeper. We can count on the Lord. You can't count on any and every friend that you meet, but rest assured you can count on the Lord. He will never ever fail you. There I go, coming back to never ever fail. But
Mhm.
definition of love, definition of love was, yeah, from that place of during the pandemic, seeing that even though we were going through so much and so many persons were dying, and just it was a tumultuous time, I still saw how God was taking care of His children. He was still taking care of us. He loves us with an everlasting love. I mean, you have friends that will love you today, tomorrow they don't want to talk to you. God is not like that. God is a promise keeper, and He said that He will love us with an everlasting love forever. So that is where that song really came from, definition of love. And so I was able to reach out to Nathaniel, who was also a part of the track, and
Mhm.
say, bro, would you be willing to feature on this track? And I was a new artist. That's kind of unheard of. Huh? You want to reach out to this established artist like Nathaniel? Come on. But I
Mhm.
just thank God that everything worked out. It worked out, and here we are. It's almost a year. No, it's a year since I released Definition of Love. And that
Mhm.
song, I'm a jazz girl, right? I love jazz. I love R&B. So you could hear that kind of flavor coming out in that song. That's what I wanted to bring across.
Okay, awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. And one of the things that's happening here is that you actually started out in the pandemic, which a lot of people spent the entire 3 years, because we can safely say the pandemic spanned over a 3 year period, and some countries are still going through the effects of the pandemic. But a lot of people spent the pandemic waiting for it to be over to do something useful with their lives. They're waiting, when is the restrictions going to be ending, when is this going to stop, when am I going to be able to stop wearing my mask, when our flight's going to start again. And they did nothing. And that's one of the awesome things. Even the very show we're on started in the heart of the pandemic. And I'm just thankful that God has allowed me to birth this vision of having this show. It's labeled under my music ministry, the Awesome Music Ministry, and it's really really awesome. So to hear you talk about putting out the music during the pandemic, this is something that's really worth celebrating, and that's really really an awesome thing. Tell us a little bit about how you got really together, because I know that you've been in a worship leader and serving in that department, but now to get recordings done, to get videos done, to get a team together and to put music out, releasing them. How was that for you? Were there challenges that you had to face going through all of that? Tell us a little bit about that.
Great question again. Definitely wasn't the easiest thing to understand. You feel overwhelmed when you think about persons telling you, okay, you need to do this, you need to set up a YouTube channel, you need to. I had nothing, I had no knowledge at all. As you said, I'm a worship leader. I am a worship leader for over 15 years. That was just my place and still is my place of my ultimate. I just enjoy worship. Worship is there's nothing like it, right?
Ye-
But
Yes.
so understanding that now I have to come to a place of understanding how to set up a YouTube channel, how to monetize your channel, how
Hmm.
to there's so much that I really feel for new artists.
Hmm.
But I'm thankful that I did reach out to a friend of mine who is a artist manager, and
Yes.
he is actually Nathaniel's manager, and he was great enough, good enough to walk me through the whole process. His name is Timothy Maloney. Let me big him up one time. Hey, Timothy.
Timothy.
Yeah, Timothy Maloney. So he would have walked me through all the steps that I needed. I felt like if God had just sent an angel to guide me, because he came in studio with me. He made sure I understood what masters were and the rights to your songs. There's so much that I'm sure my sister Augustine and Doran Charles, we all know about what it is to now become a minister and have to learn all of these things. But I'm just thankful that I had a team. They would have
Yes.
connected me with the producer Ruel Lynch. They would have
Hmm.
also connected me with a videographer because I really wanted to do a video. So I looked at
Hmm.
how we were able to work as a team and how everything just moved. Yes, there were challenges in making sure everything worked smoothly, but all it came together so beautifully that it couldn't have been anything but God. And I just know He was in it, and yeah, that's I'm still learning. There's a lot to learn. I'm sure you yourself as a gospel artist know how much there is to learn, but slowly but surely we're gonna learn. The Holy Spirit will definitely impart knowledge and send the right people to guide us.
Definitely. And
Yeah.
you're blessed with a wonderful team, because a lot of artists start out with a lot of hiccups, meaning you start out, you have good songs, you've released them and everything, but along the way, you realize there were some steps that you missed. And those steps are so hard to correct, especially in the era of music. And it could take you years. And you mentioned learning about the whole studio recordings, the masters, getting everything set up in the background, because that's the harder part of the music. It's very easy to put a song out, very easy to do a video and everything, but there are some fine prints that we would call them that's very, very integral, and a lot of people miss that. So I'm happy that you have a team. Big up to your team, all those who have been supporting you, all those who have been working on the songs, the videos, and everything. We really, really appreciate them, and it's really, really good to have them on. Doran Charles, thank you so much. Pastor Hank, thank you so much for joining as well. And it's really, really good to have you on the show. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. My sister as well. On the Instagram platform, the Facebook pages, YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining. It's a pleasure having you on. All right. So in terms of the release of the songs, how was that for you? Did you have like a major live launch of your ministry? Because doing worship, as you mentioned, and we spoke earlier, it's your comfort zone. So you will be good with that, going on stage and doing everything. But no, as a recording artist, it's a different level, and it calls for more work, more time, more dedication. How was that for you, though?
Yes, it does call for more work, more time. You said it right, more dedication, more sacrifice. So there
Mhm.
has to be a time when you just spend time learning what to do. You have to make sure. I spent some time on not Spotify, on one of those music distribution sites, just trying to go through and understand how to make sure my music was. I wanted to have the video released with the music on Spotify and Apple Music. I wanted to make sure everything was available on. I did my launch on a Friday. So I wanted
Mhm.
to make sure that Friday everything was done. So yeah,
Yes.
it really took some time for me to make sure I emailed DJs the music so that they had it when they were ready to play it. Radio
Mhm.
interviews was set up, making sure that the video, the masters were in so that it could be used for the video. There was just I really I had a new and still have a real respect for gospel artists. It's not just a fly by night job where you go on a stage and you sing and you come down. There are so many facets to this thing, and if you don't understand and make yourself aware, you wouldn't and people I'm thankful for people who share information, because there's some
Mhm.
people who will say, they know, but they weren't told anything, so they don't feel like they should have to teach you.
Fight
You
your
Yeah, you fight your way. But I am
yeah.
thankful that yes, I encountered some of those people, but again, I found a team that really made sure the artwork was done, made sure the videos, well, I had packages. So the artwork, the video, everything was done together. And then you had
Mhm.
the music being done together. And everybody knew each other. So it just really, really flowed. But that doesn't mean that there were some challenges in making sure the timing was perfect and when to release and how to release. But everything really did work out well. I'm thankful to God
Awesome.
for that.
Awesome. And you mentioned something that I really want to touch on. Even while I was live earlier, I saw a message from a fellow um, minister, and I'm going to call her name, Miss Shavana Chambers. And she
Okay.
mentioned something in the chat that is synonymous with what you just mentioned, because a lot of us, we know things, and in the music industry, I've reached out to seasoned artists, and I'm saying this publicly because it's something that, as a kingdom, as people who are building in the kingdom, we need to let go of this level of selfishness. And you mentioned it. You want to know something, you reach out to someone who is established. They know it, yes, but because they didn't get it on a platter, they feel like, hey, you should go through the same thing. And as kingdom builders, we need to share. This show tonight is possible because of my sister Michelle St. Augustine. She could have not shared anything with anyone, shared any of the information, and just did the interview herself and relax, and that's it. So we need to share, and that's one of the things that I think in the music industry that would make it a little bit better, because when you share the information to a younger artist, it all works out better for you, because it goes even further than just the music ministry. When the person is established, if they don't even remember you, but at least you had a part to play in their personal development. And that's something that, as ministers, we need to look out for each other. So as soon as the show ends, I'll be touching base with Savannah Chambers, so we can, sort out some stuff. And that's really, really awesome. I really, really welcome that, and that's really, really good. So you mentioned earlier that you did a collaboration with Nathaniel, and you are looking forward to doing more. So tell us about the amount of songs you've done so far and the upcoming projects, because I'm sure you must be looking forward to future collaborations with other artists. If you want to mention their names, that's fine, because we all have artists that we aspire to work with, and you can mention those names. So tell us about some of your future projects that are coming up, any live shows, any tours, whatever you have in the pipeline, you can tell us about it.
Oh wow. Well, first off, I want to say, Samuel Midas, call me bro. Call me bro. That's somebody I would love, 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 love to collaborate with. And he's from my home country. He's from Guyana. And he
Yes.
has been making some amazing waves in the industry. I have just been taking notes, not just from him, but from all these artists that have been just moving in a different way. It's just when you see them, you're like, oh my God, it's just amazing to see how they work. They're so hardworking. So yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. So to answer your question, my first song was Definition of Love with Nathaniel, and that was
Mhm.
released in 2021. And then in March of 2022, I was so blessed to release Never Ever Fail. And that
Mhm.
song has I don't even know. I didn't see it going to the places that it has gone to. I just thank God for giving me the melody, for giving me the lyrics. It really has been. I'm so blessed when people tell me how blessed they are by that song. And to
Mhm.
answer your question, so that was a little Afrobeat, and I realized at that point I really love this Afrobeat things. Yes, my name is Thandiwe. No, I'm not from Africa, but I love
That's
Afrobeat because that's a question I get a lot. I have a lot of Nigerian followers who think I am Nigerian or South
that's
Africa, and that's fine. I don't mind. I don't mind. I welcome you,
yeah.
and I welcome getting to know them as well. But
Mhm.
I just realized that my love is in fusion. I love the Afrobeats. The My Never Ever Fail was a fusion of like a Caribbean mix and an Afrobeat. So I really, really, I will be going forward with some songs in 2023. And
Hmm.
rest assured, they're going to have a really nice mix. I love to be original and to bring something original to the table. I believe that all of us has a unique way of expressing our gift. Are
Yes.
you still hearing our feedback?
Yes. Yeah. No, no, I'm
Oh,
fine. Go ahead. Your volume is gone. Your volume is gone. Check your.
oh, sorry. Yes, I accidentally hit. Yeah. So I believe that God has a way of He's given us such a creativity,
Yes.
and I think that there's a place for all of us. And for me, I really have found a beautiful place in the Afrobeats type fusion. So you can expect that next, but that's not all that there is. I'm gonna make sure to be doing some collabs. I haven't really set my mind on or asked persons as yet, but I have been asked by a couple of people. There's a young lady by the name of Charmaine John, who is a powerful, powerful minister. And when she asked me, I jumped at the opportunity. So right now we're going to be writing a song together, and so you can expect that as well from Charmaine John. I'm going to make sure to connect the two of you, just like Michelle was so kind enough to connect
Yes.
you and I. So I will make sure and reach out. So yeah, I definitely think that there's a lot more to come. I haven't really gone as far as thinking album wide as yet. I'm right now still recording singles, but that is still in the pipeline. Definitely, there's gonna be an album. Um, I hope that you can come down when I'm ready to do my concert. That would be great to meet you
That
in
would be great.
person. Yeah, yeah.
Brilliant.
So that's where it's at for me. I have some songs written, and I continue to write, and just keep looking out for me, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. Look out for me. As long as God gives me breath, I will be praising Him through song.
All right. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Let's take a little bit of definition of love from from
Okay.
from your YouTube feed, and this should be very very awesome. Let's take a little of definition of love. Definition of love. Awesome, awesome, awesome coming through from Thandiwe. Definition of love. And this is so amazing, sis. I was listening to a part of the line for Nathaniel was doing, and he said where God left 99 for 9. You wouldn't know how to interpret that. And the true definition of love is when God would see one of us going astray and he would leave the flock of 99 to get just that one. And I'm sure all those who are on the live can attest to that fact that the true definition this definition of love is just in that part of the song alone, because he could have left the one to say, hey, I have 99 taken care of here, the one can go, but guess what? He would go all out just for you. So if you're on the chat tonight, if you're on the live tonight, you don't know God, you don't know Christ, I'm sure this would be a good point to say, accept Him in your life. I've been serving God since 1993. I have failed him many, many times, but he has never failed. And you have two
Yes.
songs, Definition of Love, Never Failed. Those two songs alone can be my testimony. And trust me, it's
Amen.
to have so powerful. And I'm really happy that you could have shared your music with the world. You could have been selfish. You could have just done music in your bathroom like many of us do, but you just never bring it to the world. So this is really, really, really awesome. I want to big up Disco Jackson 1234. Thank you so much for joining and for being a part of the show. Subscribe to the channel so that we can keep the link for all the upcoming videos. Really, really awesome having you on. So, sis, I am really thrilled to see the collaboration with you and Nathaniel on that track and definition of love. And we shared when we were starting on the show. Um, the first song never fail and never ever fail, and that's so awesome. We can talk about the awesomeness of God all night on the show, and we would still need several more shows to finish talking about that. So that's really
That's
good.
right. That's right.
So tell us, in terms of your family support, because I know I saw a video,
Mhm.
in one of the video, your family is in the video as well. And can you just tell us about the support you've been getting from your family, and also the support from the music industry in general? Tell us about that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So in my Never Ever Fail video, you would have seen my husband Kavan and my two sons Caleb and Mikhail.
Hmm.
They want this that type of song, where you wanna. It's a good feeling song, a song of joy and happiness. So I couldn't think of anybody better than I wanted than my husband, my children, and you would see
Yes,
of some of my friends as well who have been my friends since I can't even, you can't even put a number of years to it. It's been that long. So
yes.
I really am thankful for a family network of support, not just in Trinidad, but I have family in all parts of the world who have
Hmm.
really just been, even though they can't be here physically, they always sending support, always praying for me, and I really thank God because you think gospel artists are we don't go through our stuff, we don't get sometimes have our issues, but little
Yes,
do you know that especially when God tests you on the songs you sing, like Never Ever Fail. I realize he has been putting things in, well, allowing tests that I would have to say, God, I know I trust you, but probably could do this on my own, but little do we know that if we saying that we trust in the Lord, it's because we say we wholeheartedly trust in the Lord with all our heart and lean not to our little own understanding, but in all our ways acknowledge him and he will direct our path. So I thank God for a network of support, even these ministers. Listen, Michelle has been such a support, Doran Charles has been such a support,
awesome.
Marlon Samuel. I really thank God that even people have things to say about the gospel fraternity regardless, but I have seen some wonderful people, some supportive people who just
Mhm.
want nothing better to see other uplifted and to make sure that we stay in Christ and we do what is right. So I'm thankful for Nathaniel, even who continues to be a great support. His
Yeah.
brother Daniel, who I continue to do my songs with. I really love their vibe. And there's a young lady named Vanessa Briggs who has done all my background vocals.
Hmm.
Awesome support. So I have really been getting a lot of love and support. Or maybe I just don't choose. I choose not to see anything else. I just choose to see the love because that's what I give out, and
Hmm.
what you give, rest assured that's what will come back to you.
Come back to you.
And the name means beloved, by the way. I didn't mention that. So I've always
Yeah.
lived my life in a way that you love God and love people. Make sure that let people know that God is really for them, and let them know that you are supporting them, and
Hmm.
you'll be amazed at the type of support that will come back to you.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. You mentioned earlier, while we were talking about your own songs ministering to you, and we all have days when we don't even want to hear our own song or our own voices, but there comes a point when that very same song that God dropped in your spirit years ago comes back to minister to you. I've had several of those days when you kind of just bask in the gifts and the presence of God, because he gave us these songs so that we could share them with the world, but he also gave us these songs so that we could encourage ourselves when we are down, when we are low. He could encourage us. And the family that we are in, the musical family, yes, there are the low points and there are those who are not very supportive, but as you mentioned, you focus on the positive ones, the positive energy, because that is what you give out, and that's really so awesome. So I want you to share any final words that you want to share with us in terms of where next we can see you. In terms of, you mentioned already that you're going to be having some projects coming up in 2023. We look forward to that. But tell us where next we can see you, and any of the special projects that you're working on. You can tell us a little bit about that as well.
Oh, great. So yeah, so the next I was really thrilled to be a part of. We have an artist here called Brandon Best. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he recently had an album launch, 2 day album launch. It was really the first of its kind. And
Hmm.
so I was privileged and thankful to be a part of that last week, Saturday and Sunday. And the next, I will be at there's a sister by the name of Jolanda Clark that will be having an event called Melodies of Praise. So if anyone wants to come down, anyone in Trinidad, we're
Hmm.
gonna be at the La Soledad Estate in Maracas St. Joseph. That's on the 30th of October at 6 p.m. I mean, sure to be correct, 6 p.m. Right. So if
Hmm.
anyone wants tickets, I'm there. I'll there to provide. But other than that, I'm definitely gonna be doing some covers. I have not been doing that, and I feel like there's some covers, some songs I'm hearing that I just really want to put a little different spin
Yeah.
on. So
Hmm.
I'm really looking forward to doing some covers for the rest of the year. I was hoping to bring out something for Christmas, but it's not working out like I had hoped. But
Hmm.
nonetheless, working towards 2023, definitely gonna be the next song will be called Open Door. So y'all can look out for that early, like January for sure. That's coming out. And other than that, I'm just availing myself to ministry. So hopefully you'll see me on some other stages. Hopefully you'll see me in the United Arab Emirates. You
Yeah,
never know. You never know. But I'm just open to what God is doing. And yeah, that's me.
definitely.
Yeah.
All right, so that's really awesome. So if you want tickets for that event, could you just repeat the name of the
Yes.
artist that doing the event again?
Right.
Just repeat for
Yeah,
us.
so you can the name of the artist is Sister Jolanda Clark. It will be featuring Positive, Fahrenheit, and there's so many other artists that are coming along on that program. Blessed Messenger as well. Really big
Hmm.
cast, really big cast. I'm so honored to be a part. So that will be on the 30th of October at
Hmm.
La Soledad Estate. That's in Maracas, St. Joseph. And you can
Yes.
call my number for tickets. My number is 868-341-2383. Right? Again, that's 868-341-2383. Or you can reach out to me on social media on my channels, Thandiwe. Just look for Thandiwe Music and you'll
Hmm.
find me. Yeah, but it's definitely, but I can't wait to even have my own event. But for now, everything in its time. I'm just taking notes and taking example from Brandon Best and all those who have come before.
Hmm.
And so when I come with something, it's gonna be done tastefully. And God is gonna be all of it. That it has to be that God is the center.
Definitely, definitely, and
Yeah.
that's really good. That's really good because it's good to support other artists because, as you said, when you support other artists, it gives you ideas as well for your event, and it gives you that level of community support when you can stop by to these events and support other ministers. Whenever you're doing your event, then I'm sure the support will come just the same. Want to say greetings to. Uh, Prophetess Sheldine Byron, thank you so much. Thank you so much for
Hi.
joining.
Thanks for
Also,
joining.
my niece is on. Thank you so much for
Oh,
joining
really?
as well. So it's really good to have them on. And you shared your contact number 868 if
No, three
anyone
four one, three four
three.
one two. Yeah. Yeah, so if you want to contact me, no problem. I'm available by WhatsApp as well. Feel free
Yes.
to reach out.
All right, great. So that's
Yeah,
really good. So any bookings that you have for this wonderful woman of God, you can reach out to her on any of her pages or this WhatsApp number 868-341-2383,
yes,
and find her on any of the social media
that's
platforms
right.
and the way music, and you can find her awesome videos on YouTube. Find those, share those, subscribe to her channel, and just help her to spread this wonderful music of love. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure having you on the show. And for
Such a
all those who are
privilege to be here.
lighting up the chat, we really want to thank you. Thank you to Sister Michelle for sharing the link. And for all those who are on this platform, thank you so much. My brother and friend, Minister Dorian Charles, will be on come Monday and also Friday
Oh,
talking some more about that. But I'm looking forward to him sharing the Awesome Word of the Week on Monday, and then on Friday we're going to be having him with a full interview into his music and ministry. And we're really looking forward to that. So we go Trinidad all the way for this month. Thank you so much, Sister Michelle, for the link. And it's really good to share this platform with all your wonderful ministers. And I look forward to coming to Trinidad, hopefully in 2023. There are some little plans ahead for Trinidad in 2023. So just help me pray that this will work out. I should be sharing on a missions trip with a friend of mine from the US. So we're looking forward to that. We'll be sharing some more information.
Oh, I can't wait to meet you. That would be
Yeah.
great.
All right. So it has been a wonderful show. This is Friday, October 14, 2022. And already we're almost at the end of the year. And it's really, really an awesome time. God
Yeah,
has blessed me with this platform to share with so many ministers. And today is no different. Another awesome day. And I always say it's another awesome day given to us by an awesome God to
that's
do some
right.
awesome things. So be blessed, my sister, as you go. And if you have any final words, you can share it with our viewers and our listeners. You can share that with us before we go on this wonderful
Definitely.
day. Go ahead.
Yes, I definitely just want to encourage everyone on this live to encourage you as well, Brother Dealty. Just know
Mhm.
that God is always looking out for you. He wants to favor you. He has so much plans and purposes for you once we submit to Him. So, my encouragement is just to continue to trust God, to know that He will never ever fail you. He's there for you, and you can stand on His promises. He's a promise keeping God, and He wants nothing better than to prosper you. So I just want to encourage you to go forth in Christ and to know that He has you. He has your back.
All right. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
sis. And thanks for the encouragement because we do need it. We do need it because
Yeah.
this takes a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of work behind the scenes. And trust me, God has been keeping me, and I'm really happy for the encouragement. And I
Amen.
encourage you as well just to stay humble, continue to do what God has allowed you to do. And if you're on this chat tonight, if you're on the live, you might not be a recording artist or a singer, but God is speaking to you about other areas of ministry because we are not
Yes.
all going to be singers, we're not all going to be musicians, but there are other areas of ministry that God can use us really, really well in. If God has been speaking to you, you're on this live today. Just be humble and be willing to be used by God because you just never know the lives that you're going to be touching through your ministry. So as we
Amen.
go today, I really want to thank you so much, sis, for being on and for being a blessing. I'll be sharing your music every chance I get,
Praise
and
God.
I need the audio tracks just the same, so we can share them on a platform other than the YouTube links. But it's
No
really
problem.
awesome to watch your videos. So as we go, God bless you, sis.
God
Be
bless
blessed.
you.
And the event on the 30th, all the best with the
Thank you.
collaboration. And we just pray that God will bless this wonderful minister, and we give God thanks for you tonight. All the other ministers from Trinidad, Pastor Hank from the USA, he was on earlier this month. Thank you so much for being on the show, and it's a pleasure having you on tonight. So be blessed, sis, as you go, and God bless you.
Yes, you be blessed and keep doing what you're doing. You're doing an excellent job. I love this platform. I love that you are highlighting new artists because we don't always get that opportunity. So I
Yes,
really am thankful for this platform. Keep going. I pray for your nomination. I saw you were nominated, so I really pray that you win. And even if you don't win, just know that you're being impactful. That you've impacted my life and so many others.
yes, thank you so much. Yes,
Yeah.
the nomination means a lot, and I've always said, just as you
Yes.
said, even if I don't win, at least I realize, because the two nominations I got this year was the farthest thing from my mind. I wasn't even thinking. I was just doing my
You
show,
see?
just coming on doing, and then these nominations just came forward. I actually went on social media and saw the first one. I didn't
Wow.
I was nominated. So God is good. God is
But
good, and
God,
it's
exactly.
just an awesome
Yeah.
thing. All right, all the best, and
Okay,
enjoy
thank you.
music. Have a great day, sis.
Okay,
So much fun.
blessings. Love everybody. Love, love. Bye bye.
All right, take care. Be blessed. All right, so there you have it, Minister Thandiwe Muller-Mends. Thank you so much for sharing your wonderful ministry two powerful songs. There are other songs, but two powerful songs, Never Ever Fail and Definition of Love. And I spoke earlier about the true definition of love is how God went on that cross for us. He didn't have to do it. He was sinless, he was spotless, he was blameless, but yet they blamed him and he went on that cross. And every time I think about it, if you're a true Christian and you can really think of that sacrifice he made, the pain he bore, they did so many things to him that he did not even deserve. Even on the cross, there was one of the thieves that were nailed next to him, and he was even cursing him. You have saved so many, but now you're on the cross and you can't save even yourself. Such a pity that he didn't even know he was talking to the Son of God. So it's a powerful, powerful thing, powerful message, and we can rest assured tonight, as our sister said, God has never ever failed. And also, we spoke about definition of love. Thank you so much for being on the show tonight. My name is Dale T, and it's really, really a pleasure to share this platform with you. Dorian Charles, Minister Dorian Charles, will be on Monday, and we want you all to support him as he shares in the Awesome Word of the Week on Monday, which is a shorter version of the show. Then he'll be back on Friday to share the full version of his ministry, and we give God thanks for that. So thank you so much for sharing this platform with us tonight. It's my pleasure sharing, and as always, you can always reach out to me if you know a minister that you know would do well with an interview on the show. Feel free to share my details. My email is dayle thompson dale thompson 197 at gmail.com, or you can send me a message on any of my social media platforms, and we can make that possible. We look forward to you celebrating with us on this in December. We're going to set a date for the second anniversary. I did not know I would have gotten to 2 years. I know God has blessed me with the first year, but already it's almost 2 years, and I can only say I'm grateful to God. So I want to do something bigger than what I did last year in terms of celebration. So look out for that flyer, look out for the information, and as many persons as possible that I can have just to pass through to give greetings and to bless up the show for another year. We will be having that. So stand by for that information. So thank you so much for sharing on this platform tonight. It's a pleasure having you. And we want to say God is good. And it was my pleasure having our wonderful minister on the show tonight, Thandiwe Muller-Mends, all the way from Trinidad, Guyanese by birth, but now residing in Trinidad. And the ministry been very, very awesome. So go out, support her music on Instagram, YouTube, and all the streaming platforms. Support the music, buy her music, and also don't forget to support the Awesome Music Show. You can find me on YouTube, Facebook, and we're live on Instagram as well. DLT Music underscore. Find me and just subscribe to the channel, follow that channel, and also share the link. Let us get to at least 500 subscribers before the end of this year so that we can continue to spread this wonderful music ministry. So thank you so much. Have a great day. And as we go, it's another awesome day given to us by an awesome God to do some awesome things, and some awesome things we have done today with this wonderful show. So take care, be blessed, everybody, and enjoy your weekend. Whatever you're going to be doing, enjoy your weekend. And to the prophetic ethic ministry and movement, thank you so much for all those who were on last night. It was a wonderful time. And thank you so much to Dr. Lovell Mogiri. Thank you so much to all your wonderful ministers that you have in your team. Be blessed, everyone. Take care. My name is Dale T. Have a great day.